Okay, y'all get it. Shit, underdog. Flipping my bank account. Just flip the bad meter, flip like a flip phone. Yeah, my money hundreds of dollars.
Hoorah! Get some! This is the Underdog Research Channel. This is the Marine Corps veteran, your researcher for this channel, and I'm here to help you get your veterans benefits. You can call me Underdog. If you are a veteran or you are assisting a veteran in getting benefits, the first thing you have to do is get the records, get your evidence. And that is the journey we're going to go through. I'm going to give you a series of videos on this platform, and I'm going to help you understand and become aware of the many veterans benefits that are not being utilized, that people are not aware of, and they don't know how to get started. Well, I'm going to help you with that. Now, I am a Marine Corps veteran serving during Operation Enduring Freedom, and I am proud that I had an opportunity to serve in this capacity. And many of you are either veterans or family members who are here because you want to get started with getting the entitlements and the awareness of what benefits are out there and how they can help you and your family. Well, you're in the right place. This channel will give you content. It's going to be ranging from technology, metaverse content, and veterans benefits. It's very unique, unlike any place you have been, but you're going to be able to learn and get your entitlements that you worked hard to receive. Now, let's get started with the content of today, and we're going to be looking at one thing and one thing only: getting your military records. Let's get started on what you need to do. Okay, so you're going to request military service records first. We're going to go to National Archives. So go to Google, put in National Archives, military records, and scroll until you can see a link that says request military service records from National Archives. It should have www.archives.gov. Click that link, go to official military personnel file, making a request, go through the electronic prompts. Now I'm going to show you the paper form, but just wanted you to see that you can also use the electronic prompts and request those records. You see there are an electronic process, but I'm not going to be doing that for this video. I want everyone to be on the same playing field. So I'm going to go over the paper process that you can either fax in or mail in for this. But if you are technology savvy and you can get the electronic process, then go to the link I showed you, go click on that, and you can go through the prompts and you can order those records. But for everyone else, if you want to get the paper process, check this out. This is what you need to do. You're going to download a form called SF 180, Standard Form 180. There's 3 sections to this form. We're going to start with section number 1, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to do to fill out each section. So get your form, follow along, pause, look at this piece, and let's learn how to fill out this form correctly. In section 1, what you want to do is go to your SF 180. Here's your Standard Form 180, and you're going to put in your last name, middle initial, first name right here, last, first, middle initial. In the next box here, you're going to put in your social, your date of birth, box number 3, your place of birth, box number 5, what were you in? The Marine Corps, you have a drop-down box, Army, Air Force, Navy. You're going to put in the dates of entering the military, the date that you exited the military, were you an officer or were you enlisted? The service number. The service number is going to either be your social security number, or if you don't have the social security number, a number that was associated with the veteran. But most times it's the social security number. Now going down to box number 6 here, you're going to put in the last duty stations you was in, up to 4. So I was here at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, Camp Lemonnier, Djibouti. I was also in Newport, Rhode Island, Naval Base, and the Marine Corps Recruit Depot in South Carolina. Now, you have to answer on question number 7 if the person, the veteran, is deceased or not. Press yes or no. If they are deceased, you must put their deceased date. But if it's for you, you're alive and well, you're going to put no. On question number 8, you're going to simply put, did you retire, yes or no, from the military? And that will complete section number 1. So that was section number 1, and you got that filled out. So now we're going to go to section number 2 of your standard form 180. Now you should be looking at the form, and it will look something like this. On the same page, section number 2, it will be entitled Information and or Documents Being Requested. Now this is what you need to do. Section number 2, Information and or Documents Requested. So this is what you're requesting from both the National Archives or the VA. Maybe you're requesting from both entities. So you're going to click on the DD-214 if you need that. You're going to need your official military personnel files, OMPFs. Now that's going to include a lot of information about your military personnel records. Of course, you're going to need your medical records. Now, if you did any time in the hospital while on active duty, I want you to look at this paper right here, this box, click that, and you're going to request any inpatient hospitalization records. You do need to know around about the time that you had a treatment there, and you can put the year here, or you can give a date range here. So if you was there from 2004 to 2008, that'll be your date range. Now, you don't need to click the dental records if you click the medical records because that's included. But for some of you who already have your medical records, but you don't have your dental records, you can simply click dental records only to get your dental records. But again, if you want all of it, we're talking about the dental records, any ambulance records, and any health records, just click on this first box. Now, if there's something else you need other than what was listed here, you'll click on Other and you'll write out what you need. Box number 2 is optional, but if you want to put this, it won't change anything or expedite it. You can tell them why you want these records. Maybe you want it for benefits, employment, medical, or personal use. That's totally optional. And that's all you need to do for section number 2. So section number 2, we went through that. Now you see what you need to do for section number 2. We got one more section for you. That is section number 3. So if you have your form, you're going to look on your form and we're going to move down to section number 3. And let's go ahead and get started with what you need to do for this section. Section number 3, you're going to have your name. It's already going to be filled out. Now here, you're going to either select that you are the veteran yourself and you're requesting this information, or this is someone who is the next of kin to the veteran. So if you're doing this for someone else, the next of kin, you'll click that. Or you'll look at box number 2. If you have a relationship, son, daughter, or someone else, you can click this box, type in who you are, and you're either going to put that you're number 2, specifying who you are to that veteran, or you're the legal guardian for that veteran. So if you're taking care of that veteran, they're dependent, or you're somehow taking care of that particular veteran, you're going to mark this box. Now the information here, starting with number 4, you're going to put in your current information, your name, address, phone number. If you have a fax number, you'll put it there, and a daytime phone number, of course, and an email address. Now number 5, you're going to select this. Now, it tells you you do not have to sign it for the National Archives, but you may be using it for other purposes, such as the VA. So you can sign this form, but it must be in ink and it must be a signature in cursive, according to the information I've read about this particular box. Now, it doesn't have to be signed if you send it to the archives, since that's public information, but I would just go ahead, sign the form here in cursive and in ink, and put the date. That will complete section number 3. You finished with section number 3. So you're not done yet, but you've gotten everything you need on the form. You're not completed yet. So this is what you need to do. Now on this form, I'm going to pull this up for you so you can see it. You'll see a place on this form called Current Status of Service Member. And let me explain what that is. So this Current Status of Service Member, you're going to find the branch of service you was in, Army, Marine Corps, Navy, whoever you're in. And it's going to give you a list of dates and times for that branch. For example, if I look at mine, I was in the service between 1999 and 2013. So I'm looking for Marine Corps, discharged, deceased, or retired between that date. Now, once you find your applicable status of your service in the appropriate branch that you served, then you're going to look and you will find two numbers. You see it highlighted there. Now, the first number on mine says 4 and 11. This is on your form. So for me, this is the address to the custodians of my records. So if I want to get all my records, I'm going to be sending my form to number 4, which is headquarters, U.S. Marine Corps, or number 11, Department of Veterans Affairs. It's going to give you your numbers that are appropriate for your service. So take those numbers that you see in your current status of service under your branch, and I want you to use the coordinating numbers like you saw here for me in Marine Corps. And my coordinating numbers for when I got out was 4 and 11. And then you're going to find exactly who you will send your request to. That's where the SF-180 is going to. Now, here's another tip for you so that you'll get this to the right place. So these are multiple ways of getting to the same results. More than one way to request these records. But if you want to get your records from the National Archives, who might have your records, you're going to send your information here. You will send it to the National Personnel Records Center. Here's the address for St. Louis, Missouri. Or you can fax it to them at 314-801-9195. So as you look through this, I'm giving you several ways, depending on your service, of how you will get those records to the appropriate place. That's all I have for you. Now you're able to get started with getting the first step done of any of the processes, gathering your service records. And tune in, because we're going to be going through a series of videos where I'm going to be going through benefits, education, and other entitlements that you can receive because of your service. I appreciate it again, and thank you for watching the Underdog Research Channel, where I provide you research over hype.
Okay, y'all get it. Shit. Underdog, 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 underdog. Flipping my bank account. Just flip the bat, made it flip like a flip phone. Yeah, my money hundreds of dollars.